Chinese. I like Chinese food. I like Chinese food. A beautiful Chinese cupboard. A beautiful Chinese cupboard. She has a Chinese passport. She has a Chinese passport. Mexican. A Mexican dance. A Mexican dance. I have a Mexican friend. I have a Mexican friend. She has a Mexican passport. She has a Mexican passport. About. I'm writing a book about Berlin. I'm writing a book about Berlin. A film about Winston Churchill. A film about Winston Churchill. A poem about being in love. A poem about being in love. After. I'm going to the cinema after school today. I'm going to the cinema after school today. Can I see you after lunch? Can I see you after lunch? What are you doing after? What are you doing after? American. Who is the American president? Who is the American president? An American passport. An American passport. His wife is American. His wife is American. At the same time, you shouldn't listen to music and do your homework at the same time. You shouldn't listen to music and do your homework at the same time. There are two films I want to watch on TV, but they're on at the same time. There are two films I want to watch on TV, but they're on at the same time. British. A British passport. A British passport. Are you British? Are you British? He works for a British company. He works for a British company. Business. On business. On business. What business are you in? What business are you in? I'm in the engineering business. I'm in the engineering business. We do a lot of business with the company in Portugal. We do a lot of business with the company in Portugal. She travels a lot on business. She travels a lot on business. Called. My dog is called Felix. My dog is called Felix. The town is called Bootle. The town is called Bootle. What's your village called? What's your village called? It's a place near Manchester, called Salford. It's a place near Manchester, called Salford. I call my car Aggie. I call my car Aggie. Egyptian. An Egyptian passport. An Egyptian passport. A group of Egyptians. A group of Egyptians. He knows a lot about Egyptian history. He knows a lot about Egyptian history. A museum with a lot of Egyptian art. A museum with a lot of Egyptian art. Famous. The Eiffel Tower is very famous. The Eiffel Tower is very famous. A famous painting in the Louvre. A famous painting in the Louvre. Glastonbury is a famous music festival. Glastonbury is a famous music festival. A famous football player. A famous football player. Government. The local government. The local government. The government building. The government building. The government is spending too much money at the moment. The government is spending too much money at the moment. Can the government make people happier? Can the government make people happier? Help. Drink some warm milk, it will help you sleep. Drink some warm milk, it will help you sleep. When I want to relax, listening to music helps. When I want to relax, listening to music helps. Do you need help with your suitcase? Do you need help with your suitcase? Japanese. A Japanese painting. A Japanese painting. I like Japanese food. I like Japanese food. She has a Japanese passport. She has a Japanese passport. Moment. At the moment. At the moment. At the moment it's 28 degrees outside. At the moment it's 28 degrees outside. He can't drive at the moment. He can't drive at the moment. I'm not very well at the moment. I'm not very well at the moment. He's out of work at the moment. He's out of work at the moment. Tom's out at the moment. He'll be back at 7. Tom's out at the moment. He'll be back at 7. My car isn't working at the moment. My car isn't working at the moment. Nothing. There's nothing in the fridge. There's nothing in the fridge. He has nothing to say to me. He has nothing to say to me. It costs nothing to walk. It costs nothing to walk. I have nothing in my bank account at the end of the month. I have nothing in my bank account at the end of the month. Politics. I'm not interested in politics. I'm not interested in politics. She's studying politics at university. She's studying politics at university. He wants to go into politics because he wants to improve people's lives. He wants to go into politics because he wants to improve people's lives. We're always arguing about politics. We're always arguing about politics. The country has political and social problems. The country has political and social problems. Our political system needs to change. Our political system needs to change. People don't always like politicians. People don't always like politicians. Prison. Send someone to prison. Send someone to prison. Be in prison. Be in prison. Spend time in prison. Spend time in prison. I don't want to go to prison. I don't want to go to prison. He spent 20 years in prison for killing a policeman. He spent 20 years in prison for killing a policeman. He's still in prison but hopes to get out next year. He's still in prison but hopes to get out next year. If they catch you, they'll send you to prison. If they catch you, they'll send you to prison. A prisoner escaped last night. A prisoner escaped last night. Problem. Crime is a problem in this area. Crime is a problem in this area. You can talk to me about any problems you've got. You can talk to me about any problems you've got. There are traffic problems in the city center. There are traffic problems in the city center. Unemployment is a big problem. Unemployment is a big problem. What's the problem? What's the problem? Really? It's a really good film. It's a really good film. I really like her. I really like her. You really must stop smoking. You really must stop smoking. Sad. It was a really sad day. It was a really sad day. The film was so sad that I cried at the end. The film was so sad that I cried at the end. She looks very sad. She looks very sad. The book has a sad ending. The book has a sad ending. Spanish. Her husband is Spanish. Her husband is Spanish. I like Spanish food. I like Spanish food. A Spanish passport. A Spanish passport. Vegetarian. A vegetarian dish of pasta and tomatoes. A vegetarian dish of pasta and tomatoes. They sell vegetarian food here. They sell vegetarian food here. We have a vegetarian menu. We have a vegetarian menu. Who is having the vegetarian burger? Who is having the vegetarian burger? Are you a vegetarian? Are you a vegetarian?